We got 5 stories in this Midwest Living, so let's just get right to it. This is Midwest Living for May-June 2001. This is their annual, the cover says, I'll tell you what the cover says, second annual water issue, Come Back to the Water. So that is kind of interesting. We'll just have to wait and see what people do there. I can't swim, in all honesty, so it does nothing for me because I have a fear of drowning. When I was young, they tried to teach me how to swim at our local pool. The organization that was trying to do it was trying to hold our head underwater, right, to get us used to being underwater. Well, I'm an asthmatic, and, we all told them, do not force my head underwater, do not hold me for a long time. And what they do, they held me for a long time where I was starting to choke. And it kind of, between that and once going fishing with my mom and dad and this water moccasin being in the water, it was just like the two kind of did me in for the water. I mean, I love to look at water, I love to take showers, but, and even walk in the rain sometimes, but being in the water to swim or float or anything like that, no way. Love affair. Of course, I have to pick this article. Home and Garden Grow. Hydrangeas are thirsty cut flowers. Harvest in the morning. Cut stems at an angle and place in water immediately in the garden before arranging indoors. Puppies, chocolate, sunsets. File them all under the things that make us go hard eyes, right along with hydrangeas. Plant breeders love to tout a crazy statistic about hydrangeas. They're one of the most Googled shrubs in the world. And why not? Their cotton candy blooms are impossibly romantic, easily outshining a dull hue of barberry. Like that kind of popularity bodes well for gardeners. Ryan McEnany of Bailey Nurseries in St. Paul explains, since hydrangeas are such hot plants, they've been so much work done in breeding and tweaking their qualities. New varieties boast more intense colors and useful sizes, hardier buds, stronger stems, longer bloom times. They're just better, more reliable hydrangeas overall. By the time a plant gets a home garden, McEnany says, it's going to be the best plant out there, as if we need another reason to crush on them. And the next page is another Home and Garden Grow. It says hydrangeas vary a lot, so read before buying. They can be dwarf, perfect for containers, or the front of borders, to hedge size, soaring 6 feet or more. Bloom times range from the mid-spring to fall. Colors vary from lime green to deep burgundy, and some specimens offer fall and winter interest. The smooth hydrangea, it's hardy, easy to grow, and early to flower. New versions offer basketball-sized blooms, pink hues, dwarf forms, and stronger stems. Try compact Invincible Gardenia or Invincible with the giant white blooms. The Panasil hydrangea is the signature cone-shaped bloom, and it emerges white and then ages to pink and red. It grows best in the sun, and many hardies to zone 3. Newer breeds include longer blooming limelight prime and the color changing berry white. Now this next one I adore. Pink big leaf hydrangea. It's the classic mop head. It's a bit fussier than the others, so read up on the light soil fertilizer preference. Newer varieties like Bloomstruck can survive zone 4 if protected with mulch and leaves in the first of winter. The oak leaf hydrangea is a native. Striking foliage turns deep red in the fall. Hardy zone 5. This is May to July bloomer. Tolerates more shade in the summer. Jetstream has dark green leaves and flowers that age from white to pink. Did you know that the name hydrangea comes from Greek words from water? Hydro because the plant can be picky about constant moisture, and the water vessel Angian, a reference to the cup shape of its seed capsule. They like to stay hydrated. Sorry, couldn't resist, but don't tolerate wet feet, so aim for moist, not soggy soil. The dirt. How to prune it. What? How much? Well, that depends on the variety. The hydrangeas bloom on new wood, so prune on to spur new growth, and flowers cut back 6 to 8 inches from the ground in the late winter or early spring. The panicle, cut the panicle back 1/3 to 1/2 in late winter, not to ground like smooth hydrangeas. The big leaf, give these a light quote-unquote haircut after they've leafed out mid to late spring to remove any dead branches. They bloom on growth for current and previous years, so go easy since too much pruning removes potential blooms. The oak leaf bloom on the past growth, so you can skip pruning. Leave the dried blooms, they look pretty dusted in the snow. Then snip them off in the spring. Growing tips. Choose a well-drained spot with sun. Check the tag on how much. Panicles thrive in full sun, for example, while mopheads like afternoon shade. Amend the clay soil with compost. Water consistently, especially new plants, since the shallow roots can dry out quickly. Fertilize in the spring with a slow-release shrub. Avoid products in the nitrogen or you will end up with more leaves than flowers. Give reblooming varieties a second dose in July. Only 3 more pages. Then I'm going to share with you a little bit, probably at the end of this, about what I'm going to do tomorrow on my day off. Urban oasis. When you want to give the city life a slip, public gardens await. Watch a swirl in a pond, see a rare lily bloom in the glassy pool, find out what grows in the cool of the stream bed, learn a lot, or just sit a spell and soak in the calm. Writer Teresa Woodard. In Missouri, they have what is called a botanical garden in St. Louis. Arrive at the Missouri MOBOT's lily ponds in the morning to catch the awakening day blossoms and close the night bloomers. This floral changing of the guard has been going on here over a century. Today, 225 of the water lilies grace 6 reflecting pools by Cremeton Conservatory and the Linnean House. Look for platter-sized Victoria water lilies, which can grow up to 7 feet wide, as well as a collection of tropical specimens bred here by George H. Pring, the father of the first yellow water lily, Nymphia St. Louis. Did you know that, named for the onions they mimic, Dale Chuley's glass orbs in the central axis for a reflecting pool are called Walla Wallas? Time your visit. In Missouri, water lilies start blooming in June and peak in August. Although October 10th origami in the garden brings 18 large-scale sculptures, including one that creates an illusion of 1,000 stainless steel origami peace cranes, however, above a reflecting pool. Try this. You can grow a water lily on your patio. Fill a watertight container at least 18 inches wide with water. Place a lily in its mesh pot on the bottom so its stem is submerged and its leaves float. Try yellow, quote, Joey Tomlick pink, tropic star, or quote-unquote Waynesvisa, and changing colors. Learn more at midwestliving.com/waterlily. It says mark your calendar, May 7th through 16. Many botanical gardens offer plant sales, free admission, or special tours. Go Public Garden Days and learn more at gpgd.info. Okay, the next one I marked was a stunning waterfall, and it's located in Rockford, Illinois. It says Anderson Japanese Gardens. Wash yourself in the sounds of crashing waterfalls, singing birds, and gurgling streams. The 50-foot West Waterfall is one of 3 at the Japanese garden designed by legend Huichi Kurshi, which began as a private garden in the swampy backyard, has grown into an immersive public showcase featuring 25 different Japanese maples, dozens of irises, winding paths, a koi pond, bridges, decorative gates, and a tea hut. Time your visit. Once a month, June through October, you can register for the Anderson Gardens Gong Bath or Song Bath classes. Meditative experiences using singing bowls, drums, gongs, and other instruments to surround participants in soothing rhythms and vibrations. Extend the trip. Take a detour to the nearby Lorient House, designed in 1949 by Frank Lloyd Wright, who called the location, quote, my little gym. Try this at home. Install a pondless waterfall, such as a waterfall fountain or a recirculating stone stream, along a patio to enjoy relaxing sounds of water. For a simpler project, just install an inexpensive bubbling fountain in a water-filled container tucked amongst the rocks. And that's all I have from this Midwest Living, May to June 2021, which is great. Wanted to say to you that I have tonight, besides Walmart, I went to Rural King. I left that out. And we're going to start planting season tomorrow. What kicked it off? Well, today in the mail, I finally got my Lakeside Collection purple stemless rose. So I can't wait to put that outdoors, A. B, I'm going to use my planter finally tomorrow. And we got our tomatoes and our marigolds, 6-pack of tomato plants and 6-pack of marigolds out there. Rural King is 99 cents right now. So if you're out there wanting to do your flower planting and your vegetable planting, now is the time. So I've got to calculate over the weekend how many plants we need, because we've got to landscape. We've got to do some flowers outside like Grandma would normally do. So stay tuned on that. I'll let you know when that all gets taken care of, because some of you like to drive around and look at plants. So when that happens, I will let you know. Next up is Better Home and Gardens. You don't want to go anywhere.